Hello. Welcome to Break Code's Tech Hub, a place where coding becomes simple, clear, and possible for everyone. My name is Brian, and in today's video, we are starting something very powerful. We are starting a complete HTML course, step by step, from the very beginning. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to build your own website but coding looked hard, confusing, or only for experts? And if yes, I want you to relax because by the end of this course, HTML will make sense to you. You know, HTML is the language of the web. It is what gives website their structure, the text, the headings, the images, the links you click every day. Without HTML, website will not exist. So the good news is this. HTML is one of the easiest programming languages to learn, and it is the best place to start if you are new to coding. So in this course, I will not rush. I will explain things slowly, clearly, and with real examples and clarity. So even if this is your first time seeing code, you'll understand what is happening. So if you're serious about learning tech, building skills, and creating real projects, this course is for you. Now, before we move forward, before we touch any code, there is one important question we must answer first. What is HTML? We'll do that in our next section. See me in the next section. So, welcome to this section of our courses. What is HTML? So in this part, we learn what HTML is and why it's so important and how it works behind every website you see on the internet. So to make it even easier to understand, I'll be using these slides as we go along. Make sure to take notes and follow each point carefully. But if you want, you can also download the full PDF of the slides from the link in the description or study later or review anytime. So what is HTML? The foundation of every website. Today we learn what is HTML and what is important of creating websites. So we first know the meaning of HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language. It is used to create and structure content on the web. It tells the browser how to display text, images, links, and the elements. That is what the meaning of HTML. And that is what does HTML stands for. H for hyper, T for text, M for markup, and L for language, hypertext markup language. And so, what does HTML actually does? What does HTML do? So HTML gives a website its basic structure. It decides headings, paragraphs, images, links, etc. Think of it as the skeleton of a website, okay? And so let's go to the next. And HTML is not a programming language. HTML versus a programming language. So HTML is a markup language, not a programming language. Programming languages perform actions. HTML only structures the content. Example, HTML says this is a heading or this is a paragraph. So that is what HTML is not a programming language, it is a markup language. That is why it's called hypertext markup language. So how does HTML works? HTML, it uses tags inside angle brackets, like the angle of I'll call it the less than and greater than angle, and each tag tells the browser how to display content. For example, a H1 tag tells the browser it is a heading. A P a P tag tells a browser there is a paragraph, and an image tag, it tells the browser this is an image. So browser reads HTML and displays a web page. So, and why this HTML is so important? HTML is the starting point of web development. Without HTML, CSS and JavaScript have nothing to work on. So HTML is very essential and very basic. And HTML in real life, every website uses HTML. Google, YouTube, Facebook, blogs, shops. Anytime you open a web page, the browser reads HTML. HTML is everywhere on the internet. Now that you understand HTML, next we learn basic HTML structure, HTML tags and elements, how to create your first HTML file, and so the next session is HTML structure and basic tags. See you in the next section. Hello, welcome now to this section. Now this is the real thing that I will look forward to know about the practical part of HTML. Not because we've learned what is HTML, we've introduced ourselves what is HTML, what HTML does and everything. I want to get in our practical part. So I've already putted everything, my all files which I will need in my HTML. I have already put them in my folder, my break codes project folder. If doing this, everything about VS Code, I created a video. You'll see. I'll put the link in my description box. I created a video about VS Code, how to install these all files, creating a folder for Nini, and creating a virtual environment for our coding in HTML. Now we won't repeat it again. We just go directly to tags, elements, and other practical part, creating structure and everything. And so we'll start by structure of our website, basic HTML structure. So every HTML page should have these basic parts. So firstly, you shift, you come, so you put like this exclamation mark, then doc type, sorry, then doc type, you put doc type. I'll explain everything about this one, HTML, and then you close. So this one tells the browser which version of HTML to use. It tells the browser which the version of HTML to use. So for each and everything you write using your HTML, you must, the first line of code, it should be this doc type of HTML, because it tells the browser which version of HTML to use. Another second thing is HTML. So we go to the next line and then we write HTML. So this HTML, this is the root element that wraps everything. So everything we write and everything about HTML will go in between this HTML. So we'll go in between this one. So you see the opening tag, this is the opening tag, and the closing tag should have a slash. So everything should have an opening tag and a closing tag. So if you see the difference, the opening tag has no slash. It just have a left angle, the name HTML, and the left angle. But this one, the closing tag, it has a left angle, a slash, then that word HTML, and a closing angle. So everything has a opening tag and a closing tag, and the difference is there. It has the slash. So HTML is the root element that wraps everything, that everything we write in our code, it will be inside this HTML. So that's why I've put a space here, because everything will be written inside that one. So then the next thing is head. So you write head, and as normal, the head, you see, even the head has the opening tag and the closing tag. The difference is the flash. So it has the opening tag and the closing tag. So the head contains information about the page, like titles and links. So the head, you put everything that is invisible in our website, everything that is invisible, the links, the titles, each and everything, the CSS, the style, we'll put inside our head. And you see it has an opening tag and a closing tag. So this element of head has an opening tag of head and a closing tag of head with a slash. So the next thing is body. Even the body the same way. We've seen even the body has the same way, an opening tag and a closing tag. So tags makes elements. Tags is this one. It has an opening tag of body, a closing tag of body. So two tags makes an element. So an opening tag of body and a closing tag of body makes a body element. Okay, so that is our structure of our HTML. So in body, it contains all visible content like text, images, buttons, and links. Everything that now we write, it will be under our body. But you've seen that everything is still under our HTML. So for example, let's start with this one. In my head, there's something that's called title. So we'll come the title tag, and as normal, so title has an opening tag and a closing tag. So our title, this our title, if we write our title, it would be visible in our website body. It will just be visible. Let's first write something here. We can write my project. My project, is it? You can write my project, and now control S. So there's a trick here. You can come, you see where my cursor is going at the bottom right, the further end. Here where my cursor is hovering, there's a icon called go to live. We just click that icon, go to live, and it will just and it will take us to the our browser, where we'll view our code where we'll view our code wait just a bit. It's here. I'm sorry, it was hidden. I'm so sorry, it was hidden. So sorry. Just a bit. I'm so sorry, it was just hidden. So I guess now it's good. Just making it right. Let me take them. Yeah, let me put them like this one. Just a bit. Yeah, so now I guess it's good. So you've seen our title, it's my project. If you on my browser, where my cursor is hovering here, that is where my project, the name my project has appeared. It is not in our body. Our body is empty. That's why I told you that everything we'll put inside our head will be invisible in our body. Okay, it has appeared here. This is where our title is. So that is the only thing that we can put in our head right now. So we'll just go directly to the body. So wait, we say that everything that we put in our body, it is visible. For example, we can write anything. My name is Brian, and then we control save. You've seen here, because it is in our body, so it is visible in our what? Because it is in our it is inside our element, our body element. Now it is visible in our browser. So that's what I mean, that everything we put in our head is invisible, but everything we put in body is visible. Okay, so that's our structure, that's our simple structure. So we'll go directly now to common HTML tags. The first, and remember, everything we'll put inside our body. Okay, everything we'll put inside our body, and you'll see that everything I will put, nothing I will put outside our body. Okay, so let's start with common HTML tags. We start by headings. Headings are used for titles. So for titles and subtitles. So element of heading, we use a tag called H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. And so what is the difference? The difference is that from H1, the H1, it has a bigger font size. As you going more and more, like H2, it decreases, H3 decreases. Let's put it in a practical way. So we come here and write H1, and it has an opening tag and a closing tag. So our H1, we can write my name. So we can write Brian. So let's go to H2. I'm sorry. H2 we still write Brian. So H3 we still write Brian. Okay, and H4 we still write Brian, and H5 we still write Brian. So let us see the difference. So we control save. You've seen the difference. So from H1 the font size is bigger, and as it goes, it going decreases by font size. It decreases. So that's what it means. So H1, it is a heading element. In the heading element, it is made up of two tags: the closing tag and the opening tag, and the closing tag of H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. Now now what matters is the size. Maybe the first brand can be a title and the second brand can be a subtitle. Now it matters with your creativity and how you want your headings to be like. So that's what all about our heading. So our H1 can be our main title, H2 can be our subtitle, H3 can be our smaller headings, so it just all matters about that. So the next thing we learn is about paragraphs. So let us come and cancel this about head. So now the next thing is about paragraphs. So the paragraphs, a paragraph, it is what is written. It is what is written in our body still, but our paragraph has no bold or what. So let's start. Our paragraph will look like this. It is a P, an opening tag of P and a closing tag of P. Okay. So what can we write maybe in our paragraph? You can just write maybe these are paragraphs. Let's write something. This is a paragraph. This is a paragraph. And paragraph are used for for writing content on the page. Let's control S. So you've seen that's so you see the paragraph. So everything that you write in your code, any text that you should write in your HTML or on your VS Code or in your editor, everything you write a text, it must have this paragraph, the opening P and the closing P, the opening tag of paragraph and the closing tag of paragraph. So even if you don't write with P, it will appear here, but the website won't, but the HTML won't tell the website that this is a paragraph. So at the end it won't run well. For smooth running of your website, let each and every of your text be inside your paragraph, and you've seen it is still inside of our body and inside of our HTML. Nothing it is outside of our body or HTML. So that is what about our paragraph. So in our paragraph, there's something that is called text formatting. In text formatting, it makes the text bold, maybe italic, underlined, highlighted, etc. So we'll start with bold. So we come here. Maybe we want to bold our name paragraph. This one. Maybe we want to bold our name paragraph, like the second name paragraph. We want to bold. We use a tag on an element called B. So you just come, you open your B. You've seen it has opened our B and it has closed our B. So just come and cut this, the name paragraph. You cut it, and then after cutting it, you just paste inside the B, and let's control save. You've seen the difference. So B, it bolds. B makes our text to be bold. So you've seen that we bolded our name paragraph, and in our browser the name paragraph has already what? It is already bold. Okay, so that's one of our text formatting. The next text formatting, it's called italic. We use I. So maybe you want to italize, this one. This is a paragraph. The whole of this thing, this is a paragraph. How will you italize it? We use an element called I. So just come here and put I, that one, and then you come, maybe cut what you want to italize. And then you paste it in here, and then you control save. You've seen it has what? It has done what? It has italicized itself because you've used a text formatting called italize. Okay, it has italicized itself. So that's the next thing of our text formatting. So another thing of our text formatting, maybe we want to underline something. So maybe we want to underline what? We can do this. For example, we can do this. We can write another paragraph maybe and say this is our first project, or maybe we can write a heading. For example, let's do it with a heading h1, uh, hello world. Let's write hello world. Let me make our h to be capital, hello world. So let us control, let me make my w capital. Yeah, so you've seen. So this is our head, as you said before, this is our hello world. So we want to underline this. We want to use text formatting to underline this, and we said that our so the how will we underline it? Use an element called u, So we come here and put u, and now we can cut this and put it inside here. You've seen in our browser, in our website, the name hello world has underlined itself because we've used a text formatting called u. And you have noticed that each and everything that I'm putting it here, it must have an opening tag and a closing tag. A closing tag must have a slash. Okay, an opening tag and a closing tag. Please use it. Even if you don't use it, it will appear here, but I'm promising you that it will bring errors while publishing your website. Okay, so the next thing we want to mark something. Maybe we want to mark maybe a word. Let's put another paragraph, maybe another paragraph, and we can write it, maybe we can write it, my name is Brian. Okay, we can write it like that. Now we want us to mark, maybe we mark the name Brian. So I'll mark the name Brian. We use an element called mark. Okay, so we'll just come here and write mark and we close. Okay, so after that we just come, we cut, and then we come here and we paste, and then we control S. You've seen this is the name Brian. Let me try to zoom in. The name is Brian, and because the name is Brian, you see now the name Brian, you have already marked it because you've used an element or a text formatting called mark. This is what, if you mark something, that is what it will look like. And if we underline something, this is what it will look like. If you bold something, it will look like this. And if italize something, it will look like this. So this is for italicing, this for bold, this for marking, and this for underlining. So you've already seen that. So the next thing, maybe we can make something smaller. Okay, we can make something smaller than each and everything. So for example, let's make our name writing. You see in our browser, this is the name writing. You can make it smaller. How will we make it smaller? For example, we can make it smaller like this one. So we use an element called small. So we just come here, we write small, like that, and then we we cut it, then we paste it here. So let's see how it will look like. We control S. Now you've seen that our writing is small than any other text in our paragraph. So that's what we use for making something small. We use a small element. Maybe for example, you want to delete something in our paragraph. Maybe we can write something again. We can put another paragraph. So maybe we can write so this is our first this is our first project. Now because I have put my name project in a wrong way so that we can delete it, because we want a text formatting for deleting text. So we want to delete these. We want to show that this text is not available. This text that I've written wrongly, I want to delete it. So just come here where the text is and put and use an element called del. An element called del. So you cut it and then you paste it there, and then you control S. You've seen this is our first project that you've already deleted it. So if you use delete, element or delete tags, that's how it will draw a line at the center of your name or at the center of your text. So that's our text formatting styles. So that's our text formatting styles. So the next thing we learn, it's called links. How to put links or navigate to other pages or websites. How we can make links. So we make links by, so let's make a space here. So we make links by using an element called a. It's of link. So and as kawaida, so we put a here, you've seen that our a has an opening tag and a closing tag. So here, in between here, you write what your link, how you want your link to display in your what. So let us first cancel this so that let us first delete that. So our web page can be clean. So let's delete this one. Okay. Higher. So we want to how to navigate to other pages or websites. We want to put links. So we used a tag called a, and in between we write what you want your tag to be like or how you want to be named as. Maybe we want us to write maybe click me. Is it click me? So that's what it will look like. Click me. So this is our link, click me. But still, if you touch it, it will do nothing. So how will you put a link? In between here in our opening tag of a, you just click it and then you put something called href. Then you put equals, and after that, in between those speech marks, you can copy paste your link. Maybe for example, we want a link. Of let's come here and find our link. No, just a bit. Okay, let's come here and find something and finding something that we can just name. You come here, YouTube. Let's search YouTube. We want to take one of the links and then you come and put it here, and we'll see if you click that link, if it will take us to that website. So let's take one website of the link, one links of in website. My internet it is too slow. Let us check. Let us still wait, please. Let us still wait. Just a bit. Please. Just a bit. Okay. maybe we can take this video, we can take the link, we can take its link, we've copied the link. Now let's come to our now let's come to our href. This is where we'll paste the link you want. We can now let's paste that link. So you've pasted the link. That's the link. It's too long, I'm sorry. It's very long. Wow. It's very long. So that's our link. So you've pasted our link. Let's control S. We put that link. My internet, it's becoming too slow. I'm so sorry guys. My internet is becoming too slow. I guess it's not updating that link. Just a bit. I guess we should find another link. Just bear me. Let us find another link, please. Yeah. Let me come in my YouTube channel and find maybe a link here. Yeah, let me take the link where I created the previous video. Oh no. Let's find any link. I want to take a link here. I'm sorry. Just want to take link here. Let me take link here. Let me take any link. No. Just a bit. Want to take any link. Let's find any link. We copy link. We've copied the link. Now let's go back to our website. Let's copy paste our link here. So you see our link is short. Now let us see how it will do. It is updated itself. So you've seen this is the link. Yes, it's written click me because that is what we want our link to appear here. But this link will take you to the YouTube channel. So if you want to explore to that YouTube channel, you just click that link.
If you use ChatGPT for content and anything to create agents, then you need to stop because this agent literally does everything.
Yeah. So you've seen we've put in the link. We've added our link and it has taken us there. So that's what we add our link. We use an A element, and then use our href to put our link, and then in between you can write anyhow you want your link to appear. Maybe you can write maybe our channel. So you've seen that's how our link will appear, but it will just take you to the same channel. The next thing it's how we add our images. Let's first cancel this. So we add our image by using an img tag, an opening tag of img and a closing tag of img. It will make an element called img tag, the image tag. So we use this one, so img tag, like that one. So the difference about this img tag, it has no closing tag, it just has the opening tag. But now inside this our img tag, we have a feature called src, which means source. So in our source, that's where you will put a link of your image, the image you want it to appear. Maybe I can come here to my folder. I have many images here. I can just come and copy the link of that image, and then I paste it there. So that's my image, and let's save. It will appear in our browser. Let's wait. You've seen that our image has displayed itself in our browser. So that's how we put links. Our image tag has no a closing tag of image. It just have a feature called src, which means source. So you put image and your source. So the next thing is list. We can add our list. Let's first delete this image, delete that. So our list, we start by ordered list. Ordered list, it has numbers. So our ordered list, we use ol, ordered list, like that. And then inside our ordered list, now we make list. We can make maybe 5 lists. The first link, that is the first list. The second list. The third list. The fourth list. The fifth and the fifth list. So inside our list, maybe you can write mango. I love fruits, I'm sorry, that's why I'm writing mangoes. You can write oranges, you can write apples, we can write what else? I love eating. Let me write eggs, and let me write chapati here. So that's our list. You see how it had appeared. It is ordered list. Use ol for ordered list, and now we put our list. Our list, each and everything has an opening tag, a closing tag, opening tag, a closing tag, opening tag, a closing tag. So that's that is all about our ordered list. Now let's go to an ordered list. An ordered list, it has ul, an ordered list, and now inside our unordered list, we can still put it. We can still let's come and copy this. Let's come and copy this. You come and copy this, and we paste it there. Control save. You've seen the difference. Ordered list, it has numbers, but an ordered list, it has bullets. That's the difference. That's the difference. So the next thing we learn about inputs. So inputs, let's first delete this. So inputs, maybe I'm sorry. So about inputs, we learn how for example you can make an input maybe of search, of email, of password, of checklist, everything. So for example, let us put an input of, and input has no closing tag. It's like of an image. It has no closing tag, just have an opening tag. But now inside our input, we have a feature called type. So our type, what type of input do you want? Maybe you want an input of password. Is it an input of password? Now after input of password, there's something called placeholder. So let's first save this one. You see, this is an input. You can write anything here you want because it has a password. You see, actually it is not displaying your password because the type is password. But now many of our password or many of our input password, you always see something written inside here. That is written in a feature called placeholder. Using a feature called placeholder, our placeholder, maybe you can write enter your password, and then you save. You've seen that's how it had appeared. Enter your password. So our input type is password and our placeholder is enter your password. Maybe you can try it with maybe for email, and you can first try it yourself, then you come and see if you're correct. So input type is equals email, then placeholder enter your email, and then you close. So that's of our email. You can write anything you want right here. Email actually it's giving you the options of the emails you wanna put. So this for password and this for email. You've seen it giving you the options of the emails because you've already told it that it's a type of email. You can try it by input of checklist. Type is checkbox. Let's try checkbox. It has no placeholder, and then you've seen our checkbox. You can check and you can uncheck. You can uncheck. So that is what all about input. So if you just type input, and then in between that input you just come and write type, then equals, you just come here, you write it type, then you touch this one. It will give you all the inputs you want. There's an input of checkbox, button, color, date and time, local, email, file, hidden, image, month, number. So you have everything about that. Is all about input. There was nothing much about input. Now let's go to almost our last thing called buttons. So our buttons, maybe for example, our buttons maybe want to create a button of login, subscribe, something. Everything is a button. So you just use a tag called button. You just use a tag called button. And this tag all about button. It has an opening tag of button and a closing tag of button. Okay, so maybe you can write it about login, a button called login. You've seen this is our button, login. You've seen these are. So if you use JavaScript or something, if we click this login, it will just log into our page. This is a button called login. Maybe you can write maybe you can create a button of subscribe, So I'm sorry. You've written double meaning. So that's our button of subscribe. You can write any, or you can design any button. Okay, you can write any button. So that's how you write our buttons. So far we've learned many things. And so you know how to install images. You can put images. You know how to put buttons, titles, each and everything I've showed you here in our HTML course. I guess the only thing we've left, I don't think there's something else. I would have shown you about audio and video, but in my laptop I have no audio or video. But I would have shown you how we put videos and audio in our HTML. Now you've seen that it's not hard. Actually, it's not hard. It's just maybe okay, something else I forgot. There's something called label. So that, but to use label in our input, maybe we can label our email. You can label our email, and now input as normal, we put type of email. Now placeholder of email, and now we close. Okay, and now we close. So we control save. You've seen. So the label it labels what your input is. You can label this, our input is email. We can do it the same way as of password. Maybe we can just come, we control C, you can control V here. We change this name to be username maybe. So type is username, and our placeholder, it is username. Okay, so we control S. You've seen, even for username, it has as username and what, so email, it is labeled username. Okay, so that is what about label. It labels the input, it labels your input, it labels your input. So I don't think there's something else. Maybe I don't think there's something else. There's nothing else. I'm very sure there's nothing else I've remained. And now thank you very much for watching this full course about HTML. So our next course will be all about CSS. It will be all about CSS, because CSS, you've seen that CSS, it decorates our website and everything. So our CSS will be the main course, and you'll see how it will make our website to be very beautiful. That is all. It was all about HTML. Thank you very much for watching this video. May God bless you. Please subscribe, share, and like this video, and I will see you to the next video. I'll make slides for this video, so that I put a link on my description box, and I'll still put a link on my last video where I was showing all about my VS Code, how you make your first file, how you make your first folder, how you transfer your files from another file to your folder file, you see. So I'll put a link on my description box. Please comment. If you have any question, please comment there. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Please subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you.